that conversation, but Kennedy, she actually said she's going to be a ball kid. I'm really excited for her. She's a big fan of tennis, and she's excited to come out and see me. I personally have never played in Asheville. There's a lot of tennis and professional tennis that happens in Asheville, so that's one great thing about Fed Cup. You come to some wonderful cities and see some great players and people like her that has an opportunity to come out and see this great tennis team.
Coco, coming off an outstanding year when you went 8-0 in Fed Cup play, how much confidence does that give you for this season, and how can you build upon that success that you had?
Well, I like playing for my country, and it's a great honor to be chosen to represent the U.S., and I think that shows in my Fed Cup play how much I really enjoy it, and it really helped me last year in a good season and making the top 10. So unfortunately this year wasn't the start I'd like with the flu in Australia, but there's plenty more of the season to play, so hopefully it'll continue to get better.
Yeah, for Serena, you're making your comeback after time off the debate, of course, and we can see the resurgence of Roger Federer in his late years. I was wondering if you plan on sort of managing your schedule a little bit, and whether your intention is to play for all 3 slams this year, or what's your feeling on that right now?
I don't know. Right now I'm just focused on this week and this weekend, and after that I'll probably figure out what I'm going to do.
If you see this as the beginning of your comeback, or if this is just kind of a take it slow, see how you're feeling, just if it's the start of a long process basically, or kind of a litmus test.
It's definitely the start of a long process. You have to start, and I'm ready. I'm really excited that I was chosen to be on the team, and I'm really happy to be here, but it's definitely the start of a long process. Physically, I feel good, and every day I get better and I get stronger, and that's just something I always keep telling myself every day. I get better.
Well, coming out of Australia, that match you played against Simona, how much confidence do you take from that, knowing that you can play and hang with the best in the world on any given day?
Yeah, it gave me a ton of confidence. I played a great match there, had a good tournament. Really enjoyed myself, really executed well the things that I had been working on and off the court. So really happy that I've been chosen to be a part of the Fed Cup team with these 4 amazing ladies. So I'm just really excited to keep the streak going, and yeah, looking forward to it.
For Serena, just overall, how has these last several months, just motherhood, how has that changed you? How eager are you to just get back to the court as well? And for Kathy, is there a possibility Serena could play singles on Sunday, or is it just one of those?
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. It's something I've never embarked on, and it's probably been the most fun of my life. So it's a totally new experience, and I love motherhood, and I look forward to just being the best mom I can be.
As far as the lineup, we have the lineup set for tomorrow, and then of course we'll wait and see how tomorrow goes, and then we'll make our adjustments, if any.
Kathy, on Wednesday, Netherlands coach had a lot of things to say about the court. We saw you putting a lot of masking tape on and things. These are things that normally take place over the course putting a court together. How has the court improved over the last 48 hours?
Well, the court's improved a tremendous amount. Obviously, when you come to an indoor facility and an indoor court, they have to put the court down, and it's totally normal to have some spots, and that's why we were putting the masking tape down. And being here a week early also is an advantage because they have time to make those adjustments. So the court's gotten better and better, and with any indoor court, you're always going to have a few bounces here and there, but overall today the court played really well.
He said it was the worst he'd ever seen. Was that hyperbole?
I can't speak for him, but like I said, the court playing today is much better than it was the first day. He probably might have said that the first day, but they've gone above and beyond to try and help us and listen to the areas that needed work, and they've made the adjustments.
Hi, this is for Serena and Venus. You're playing again for your country, which you've represented so many times over the years. Can you give us tell us a little bit about what that means to you and what that represents to be back here on that stage? And the other thing is, the pair of you are both preeminent black athletes of your generation, and I was wondering, with that, the pride that comes with that and the responsibility that comes with that, so you've spoken about that with your newborn, whether you have any thoughts on the protests against police brutality at the NFL and the reaction from the White House about those.
The first question. Yeah, Serena and I have had the opportunity to play Fed Cup many times over the years, and it's always an honor, and it's always a sense of pride that you take on the court besides playing for yourself. So it's a completely different feeling, completely different set of circumstances, and we try to prepare our best every time to handle that honor and that pressure. And I think more than anything, we see ourselves as Americans. That's what we want to be able to see ourselves as. And regardless of color, and I think that's what everyone is fighting for. One day we don't want to have to see them.
Serena, welcome back. Why come back to this tournament, or this event, instead of an individual event? And what is your goal ultimately in your comeback to tennis in general? Is it 25? Is it something else? What are you looking to do?
Why not Fed Cup? It's a great opportunity to get, a new set of eyes on what I've been doing with Kathy, and also just hitting with different people and just seeing different balls and seeing lots of different things. So I think it actually is a really perfect opportunity to try to come back. Goals, I have long-term goals, obviously, but right now my main goal is just to stay in the moment. It goes unsaid, 25 is obviously something that I would love, but I hate to limit myself.
Coco, with the Olympics opening ceremonies yesterday and the pride that you have in the history and the family of representing Team USA, what is it about suiting up for Team USA that brings out the best in you?
I don't know. I've always wanted to represent my country no matter what sport I ended up playing. And tennis was the last sport I ever played, so I never really thought it would be as a tennis player. I always figured it'd be a basketball player because that's what I love to do. But just my mom being Olympian and having that pride in the family constantly, and was it 2 years ago now, I get to experience it with Venus and Serena at Rio. It was really something special to walk out for opening ceremonies along with Bethany, and it was so much fun and joy, and so it's kind of funny to see it relived again in the Winter Olympics, to see the pride and joy for having to represent the United States for all those great athletes.
Venus, 2 days ago in practice, when you were warming up with Serena, I saw you grab your right shoulder several times. Is there any issue with your shoulder this week?
Again for Serena, you have some very talented youngsters here with you, and obviously the future of the country is with them. Are there any other players you would point to as being, in your eyes, stars to watch out for the future within? Who do you talk about?
Well, I think the best thing about having such a great program in the United States is our future. With us, with Coco and Whitney, who are playing really great.
Not me.
There's another one.
Younger version of Coco.
And it's exciting to see them do so well. I actually had a glance at them this morning. They're hitting indoors, and they had such a great hit. And they're super talented. And I just think that there's just so many players that we have in the United States. There's so much depth. So I don't think I can name one. There's a lot of people out there.
For Serena, you've never been hesitant about speaking out on social issues, causes you believe in. I'm just wondering, what caused you to kind of be that way in terms of wanting to speak out? And from your perspective, is it different when you're doing it, when you're traditionally an individual sport rather than an athlete in a team sport, maybe?
I don't think it's any different. What caused me to speak out, just life. You know, just that's just who I am, and I always believe in the greater good and doing what's right. And so that's, I don't remember what else I was going to say before I answered your question.
Sorry, Serena again. You know, obviously it's a challenge to come back physically after that, what you went through with the delivery. How much have you been able to get back to full-scale training in the last month or so since Abu Dhabi? And the other question I wanted to know is sort of, you know, how do you feel about just Fed Cup in general versus the Olympics and other team events that exist in tennis?
There's been a lot of ups and downs in the practice, and you know, I think that's normal for everything that I've gone through. But it also gives me another view, like it's almost relaxing for me because I have nothing to prove, and I just, you know, again, just fighting against all odds to be out there and be competing again. Fed Cup is a unique thing because you get to really intimately know the players, and you know, there's dinners and so on and so forth. Olympics is actually pretty much the same. It's just a bigger team because it's both the men and women, and so that's fun.
But I wonder, in your comeback and trying to get back into practice and managing those ups and downs, who you leaned on the tennis side of things, not necessarily on the family side of things, but just to keep your head in the right place and make sure you are, you know, staying steady throughout those ups and downs.
I have a great partner in relationship with Venus. She's been really, really positive, and you know, there's moments that we have, well, that I just have been, just been hard, and just getting back out there and doing it every day. It's just like you have to get used to that and get in the rhythm of that. So we've been really able. I've been able to really rely on her.
Venus and Serena, on behalf of the locals here, welcome to Asheville. Just curious if either one of you have ever been to the city before and what your impressions are now that you've been here for several days.
I've never been here, but it seems to be, I've had a wonderful time here so far, and it's a beautiful city.
Yeah, and every time I would tell someone I was coming to Asheville, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So it's pretty much renowned for that. And also it was very exciting to hear that it was sold out for players in the sport that we have as Americans and as tennis players. I'm impressed this week.
For Venus and for Serena, Roger just won at 36, the Australian Open, number 20. How much do you take inspiration from him? He's talked about taking inspiration from you two. I know that. How much do each of you take from him? And what did you all think of what he achieved there?
Read too much about tennis. I didn't know he said any of that, so thanks for it.
All right, guys, time for 2 more questions.
Serena, do you have any thoughts on Roger?
You know, Roger Federer is a really great tennis player, and I think that goes in the said. And I don't know any tennis player that has not been inspired by him. I definitely have. Yeah, it's just keep checking on, and we keep doing the same thing.
You talk about your role as coach and some of the things you do when you coach the very, very best players on the planet. What is it that you do? What are some of the things I guess you can do? I don't want to sound. What are you doing out there? But what do you do to coach up, you know, some of the best players in the world?
Well, obviously, I'm just spending the week with them, and their private coaches and teams are invited as well. And I think it's important, really, just to manage the team, and you know, we have high camaraderie. Everybody gets along really well, which is really, really important in a team atmosphere. You know, and also if I see some things out there, players have been great. I've known Coco for a long time, and Lauren, and of course I've known Venus and Serena a long time, and they're great. You know, they've said if I see something to let them know, which I try to do, but obviously not too much. It's not the time. We work a lot on strategy, and that comes into play for the weekend, obviously. So I spend a lot of time preparing for that as well. But really just to make sure we're prepared and that we're having a lot of fun and things are running smoothly.
Last question.
Venus, just from your perspective, just how has motherhood kind of changed Serena? Just how have you noticed her kind of responding to the last of them said?
Well, I think she's the best mother I ever saw. She's unbelievable. She does everything herself. But as a change of a person, she might go out a little less. But she's definitely remained just very youthful and childlike at heart. I think sometimes motherhood changes people in a way that they become less youthful and more serious, but she doesn't have to do it.
I think that's a good way to close this out. Thanks everyone for coming.